Good afternoon. This is Rick Neidorf with Miami's Community News, and
this is Ernie Garcia with Miami Community News.
And we like to talk sports on a daily basis, and we put a few of our thoughts together and thought we would rehash the last week or two. In any case, let's go ahead and start with the NFL draft. You had some thoughts on
Yeah,
that.
I have a few thoughts. I wonder if anybody told the 300,000 people that went to Green Bay, Wisconsin, that there was actually going to be a game playing that particular day.
Right.
It's amazing that the NFL has done something that no other league has done. You know, attract hundreds of thousands of people to a place where people are just going to call out names,
Right.
go up there and shake hands and embrace the commissioner. And that became a 3-day event. I mean, It's amazing that the NFL has done this of a basically seemingly innocuous event like a draft. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get away with it.
It's the power of the NFL. I mean, clearly, even though we love baseball, that's, the NFL is where the money is made, and as well as just being probably the number one sport in America today.
They are king, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders, which everybody has talked to.
Sure.
NFL is basically driven by the league, by the logo, by the teams. I think they made a mistake with Shedeur. He acted like he was an NBA ball player, and an NBA, the players have the power. The players have where they go, how far, how much they get paid. They have a whole different power than the NFL. The NFL is about conformity. We want people who are very not loud. We don't know what they look like behind the mask, behind the helmet. So it's basically a team-driven league instead of a star-driven league. And I think that's where Shedeur made a mistake. He came up as abrasive, knowing it all. He was going to save the franchise. NFL management, that they do not like that kind of behavior from a quarterback, and that's why they dropped. And although he's definitely talented, but something happened there that wasn't very good for him.
Right? Yeah. So I saw something really interesting the other night, which was Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, and Tom Brady on like a podcast, and I think Deion asked Tom Brady about what should he be doing now? And the first thing Tom Brady said was stop buying Rolls Royces and get yourself into the film room, which I thought, yeah, that is exactly what he needs to do. So your thoughts are apropos, and you're right. That's what a lot of general managers saw, and when they interviewed him, they had concerns in that regard. Not because he wasn't talented, but is he ready?
Yeah, is he ready? And there are a lot of things about that. He came out as abrasive and knowing it all, and that's not helpful for him. I think he'll have a chance in Cleveland because basically Cleveland has no quarterbacks, except if you have a 41-year-old, quarterback from Baltimore. But I think he'll have a shot. He'll be able to do it. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see if the hype was really as talented as he thinks he is, or if the NFL was right and he's a second-string quarterback.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Well, since you're on to drafting quarterbacks, what do you think about Quinn Ewers, the 7th round draft choice of the Miami Dolphins, and why he slid as well?
I think he was hurt this year, but Quinn Ewers was one of the top 5 quarterbacks coming out of high school.
Right.
Was one of the top picks in everybody's draft early in the year. Something happened to him, and I'm not sure what it is. I think it was he was injured. He didn't show up that well this year, but he's definitely talented, and I think Miami could have gotten a big steal out of this. I think he could be a potential to be a franchise quarterback. I think they did a very good job drafting him. I don't understand why he dropped that much. He played at a big-time school, led his team to the playoffs, basically was one play away from beating Michigan.
Right.
And I'm sorry, beating Ohio State.
Yeah.
Basically, that one play that actually got a fumble on, but he played well. And I think basically Miami is going to be. I think he'll do well there. I think Miami needs a good backup quarterback. Our quarterback, or your quarterback, actually gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So I think Quinn Evers it could be the steal of the draft. I really think so.
Do you know what's interesting? They say if he came out last year, he probably would have been a first-round draft choice, which is kind of interesting. The one, I guess, knock that I heard was that general managers were thinking that he was not reading defenses well. That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't reading defenses well in college, just wait because it gets a lot harder,
a lot tougher.
Yeah.
I heard he talked to Marino. One of the things that I read was that he idolized Dan Marino, and one of the first things he did when he got drafted by Miami was call Marino up,
right,
and talk to him and told him, trying to pick his brain up. But he has a delivery very similar to Marino because he patterned his delivery after Dan.
Right.
So,
a quick release, which is nice to hear.
It's something you need to have.
It's a great way to stay healthy.
Yes, yes, it is. When they have a lot of 200-pound people trying to kill you, it helps have a really quick release.
Sure.
So I think Miami got a steal. I'm looking forward to see what happens. I think they need a good backup quarterback. And I think Ewers, if everything goes along, he could become a starting quarterback in the NFL. So I think it was a great draft by Miami.
Oh, good.
Besides, they drafted everybody, defensive lineman, offensive lineman. They needed to go for a quarterback.
Yeah.
And they were lucky that he was there that late. The 6th round, 7th round?
Are we referring to Quinn?
Quinn, yes.
Yes, 7th round. Probably, I believe he was our first 7th round pick because we had several.
It's amazing how he dropped.
So yeah, it is. Regarding, you know what they were saying about the Dolphins, where they're soft. You hate to hear that when you root for a team. So they really loaded up on really big guys, especially at the defensive tackle position. So as a matter of fact, if you add up the 3 guys that they got, it's well over 1,000 pounds, which is kind of
Let me ask you something. I've never met a soft football player.
Yeah, right.
How does that happen?
Point.
I mean, the toughest kids in high school were football players. The toughest kids in college were football players. You cannot tell me that a football player that makes the NFL is soft. That's basically a thing that some people say if they're not performing the way they want them to perform. There's such a thing as a soft football player. It doesn't happen. They don't get to be NFL.
Yeah,
being as soft.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips in the 5th round, Zeke Biggers from Georgia Tech in the 7th round are, I believe, our last pick. I'm looking forward to seeing this running back, Ollie Gordon, selected in the 6th round, running back from Oklahoma State, approximately 6'2", 225 to 230 pounds, and loves to run through people, which we really need to pick up our run game, especially when we need 1 yard, because it's kind of sad on 3rd and 1 to see us passing a lot of times.
Oklahoma State has a long history of tremendous running backs in the NFL. Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. A lot of great running backs come from Oklahoma State. Yeah. So I think that's a great pick. That's a very good pick.
So, okay. So I think we should talk about the NBA. We should talk about blowouts and other things, especially if we go back a week ago. We saw both the Heat and Lakers handled very easily.
That was frightening. That was actually, it was very disheartening to watch that. A team that Miami, who prides themselves on being tough, who being resilient, who being well coached, they basically gave up. They basically fell apart. There's no way an NBA team should lose by 50 points. There's no way. The quality of talent is not that much of disparity. I think that team gave up. I think we have to question whether Pat Riley has lost, as you say, his fastball.
Yeah.
I think we have to question the coaching and the motivation. And I think that they're in for a very long summer. Unless they do
Yeah.
something different, they have to get players. You
Yeah.
can no longer go on just your what they call the Miami Heat. They have what's that word I'm trying to think, which I can't think right now.
So
Culture. That's the culture.
yeah. So it's sad to think about culture and also to see how they set an NBA record for losing by a number of points. It was really bad.
You had to turn the TV off when you were watching that game because it wasn't worth it. So they have to do something. I think they have to go into. They have to get free agents. They have to go big. They have to get a star. They don't have stars in that team. Hero is not a star. He's a good player.
Yeah,
he's not a star. He's not going to carry you into the playoffs. Adebayo is also a good player, but he's also not a star. NBA is star-driven teams.
Hero is one of our best offensive people. Defensively, he's not that great. No. Regarding draft choice, so we lost our own lottery pick by making it into the play-ins. And
really,
yes. So if you make the playoffs, which we did, we lost our own pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So
wow,
yeah, it was tough. I kept saying to myself, you know what? Maybe we should lose the.
You were talking about that the last time we did this, and it's tough to win or lose. If you're a competitor, you want to win, but you also have to compete, and they didn't compete.
No,
they did not.
No, it was bad. So we went from anywhere from 4th selection to like 11th. And now we get Golden State's number 1 for the Jimmy Butler move, which is like number 20. And they were thinking yesterday, I read something to the effect of the Florida 6'3" guard who performed so well, Walter, yeah.
Junior.
Junior. What is it? It's Walter Clayton.
Jr.? Walter Clayton.
So
that would be a plus for them. I think
absolutely.
he could play. I think he could play. I think he's an NBA player.
Yeah.
He has an NBA body.
Right.
He's a tough kid. He used to be a football player. He actually came to college to play football. Then he switched into basketball because he turned out to be really good at it. So he's a tough kid. I think he'd be really good with Miami.
Yeah.
I think obviously he's from Florida, so there's a following.
Yeah, I really liked watching his game. He might be more of a combo guard, not a point guard. Just wondering how that works out.
Well, I think he's physical enough.
Yeah,
to be an off guard. I think he can get his own shot. I think he can dribble. He can pass. I think he'll have to become a better dribbler, a better ball handler. But he can create his own shot, and he's fearless.
Yeah,
he's fearless.
There's no doubt about that. Okay, your thoughts on the Lakers and JJ Redick?
The Lakers have 3 players who none of them can play defense. Basically, they're a mess, and that's another thing that we talked about one time. The LA bias of the media. Before this playoff started, everybody was saying, "Oh my God, the Lakers are going to be in the finals. They're going to be in the finals of the West. They're going to do this. They're going to do that." What did they do? They flopped out in the first round. Another team, the LA Clippers. Oh, the Clippers are going to be good. They got quite back. They're an NBA finalist. What happens? They lost in 7. Every time if you're in LA, you're automatically 10 points better than you are. Basically, right. That's basically it. We become enamored with the Lakers, the franchise of the NBA, Magic, Kareem, all this. Then we have, LeBron. But basically, they're a flawed team. They have no height.
Yeah.
I mean, when you make Rudy Gobert into a 26-point average with
Yeah.
20 rebounds, and he can't make anything but a dunk. He can't make a 2-footer.
So so that's the first time I saw LeBron as a 40-year-old
Yes.
player. I was really surprised because LeBron is probably in better shape than 99% of the NBA players out there. So in some way, although you don't have to be the greatest LeBron fan to say, there's something a little sad about that because we're talking about an all-time great, and you're witnessing.
But the media refuses to see that. They're talking about next year. You think
Right.
LeBron's going to get better at 42 than 41, at 43? I mean, there comes a time where, like they say, what's the phrase that they use? Mother time is unbeaten. Well,
Yeah.
I think you saw that. LeBron was making moves to the hoop.
Yeah.
Instead of dunking, he was passing off. And he basically has trouble guarding people. You cannot win a championship with your three best players, the three best offensive player, are your three worst liabilities on defense.
Sure.
And I'm not sure what they're going to do with Mr. Was the not the Joker, but
Luca.
Luca. I'm not sure what they're going to do with him.
So okay. Wow. It's going to be hard for LeBron to say no to not only $60+ million annually, but also advertising, which is something that he does so well. So I mean, you're looking at, if he retires, there's $100 million down the drain that maybe, even though he doesn't need it, maybe wants. But watching Luka play, clearly he's an offensive juggernaut, but defensively, oh my goodness, not good.
Every time he guarded somebody, next thing I know, the guy was making a layup.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be at the top of the key, and Lucas would be guarding him. Next thing I know, the guy's making a layup, and Lucas is behind him. I felt sorry for him. I really do. I mean, because we both play basketball,
Yeah.
and you've been in those situations where people are taking advantage of you,
Sure.
and you just want to hide somewhere, and they couldn't hide him. He's too big to hide. He scored a lot in the playoffs, but he didn't make baskets when they needed him to, and that was a shame. But they got what they deserve.
They did. They did. But they'll hopefully they can fix the problem. Although I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
I don't know how you fix age, but okay. Sharp right turn to baseball. Baseball, and something tells me you have something to say again about Shohei Ohtani.
I do very much.
Aaron
so.
Judge.
We talked last time. Shohei Ohtani, everybody thinks is the face of baseball. I think Aaron Judge is. I just want to talk to you about the latest stats that they both have.
Okay.
Aaron Judge is batting .412. Ohtani's batting .296. Aaron Judge has 12 homers. Ohtani has 10. Aaron Judge has 34 RBIs. Ohtani has 15.
Wow.
Now, that's a disparity.
Yeah.
That the media in LA will never tell you that because they love the Dodgers. They love Ohtani. But in reality, Aaron Judge is a superior ball player. He plays the outfield. He plays the excellent outfielder. Ohtani just hits, doesn't play anything else. They say he pitches. We haven't pitched in 2 years. He may never pitch again.
Right.
So there's no way you can tell me that Ohtani is a better ball player than Aaron Judge. Ohtani is, without a doubt, a tremendous ball player. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think Judge has better stats, and I think he's an all-around ball player. He plays the field, and I think if anybody has to be the face of baseball, it's Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
For all Yankee fans out there, who would agree with me? I'm sure. So
there's no doubt that you've just made it big in the Northeast corridor of our country. I saw some excerpts from Aaron Judge and Ohtani last night, who played the Marlins, and you watch them at bat and you're just mesmerized. It just doesn't. It's just like wow.
They're both
are that
giant
good.
people.
Yeah, they are.
Otani is a big guy. He's about 6'4", 6'5",
6'5", yeah,
6'5". You know, Judge is what, 6'7",
6'7" or more.
They're both monsters.
Yeah.
Baseball players are not supposed to be that big.
No, especially Japanese baseball players are not supposed to be that big.
I think he might be American there somewhere because
Yeah.
he got really big, and Japanese are usually not that big. But no, they're both tremendous talented. But I prefer Judge because he plays the outfield. He does everything that Otani does, and he does it better.
Well, he's certainly proving your point. Certainly this year, those numbers are otherworldly,
Yes,
and
they are.
and he would be in line for MVP. And
Again,
yeah,
I got 2 already. We're going for 3.
well, absolutely. Okay, state of college football. Quickly, we're gonna talk about that.
College football has become a real mess. Basically, college sports have become a real mess. Every 3 months, you have to recruit again. So I think there has to be some changes made in college sports.
Okay,
basically.
So we're going to continue this next week because we have some things to talk about both in college football and really, I think, important, especially since college football is just it's like March Madness. It's crazy.
It is.
So on behalf of Miami's Community News, I'd like to thank you for Ernie and myself. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, people.